His insecurity about you made him lose you. At first, it sounded like care. Text me when you get there. Call me when you are leaving. Who are you with? You thought he was being protective. You thought he worried because he loved you. You even felt lucky. Some people complained that their parents did not care enough. You seemed to care about everything. But slowly something changed. Every outing became an interrogation. Every phone call became an investigation. Every friendship became a threat. You would come back from work exhausted, and instead of asking how your day went, he would ask, who was that man standing beside you in the picture? You would answer the phone, and his eyes would immediately follow you. You will laugh at a message from a friend, and his mood would suddenly change. You kept explaining, kept reassuring, kept proving, kept defending things that should have never been defended. But one evening you returned home from the gym, feeling proud of yourself. You had been trying to improve your health, but you could not even put your back down. He looked at you and asked, who are you dressing up for? The question hit you harder than he realized, not because it was the first time, because it has been so many times. You were tired, tired of turning innocent moment into evidence, tired of explaining every conversation, tired of feeling guilty for things you never did. The relationship slowly stopped feeling like a relationship. It started feeling like a courtroom. Every day you were the every day you were the accused. The sad part was that you loved him. You genuinely loved him. That is why you stayed longer than most people would have. You understood that he had been hurt before. You understood that people had betrayed him before. You understood that he carried wounds from relationship that existed before you. You understood someone's pain does not mean you should become a prisoner because of it. One night you finally asked him the question that had been sitting in your heart for months. Have I ever given you a reason not to trust me? He was silent because the answer was no. You had never cheated, you had never lied, you had never had children in you had never had anything hidden from me. Yet somehow you were paying the price for crimes you never committed. Still, nothing changed. The calls continued, the accusation continued, the suspicious continues, the monitoring continued. If you went to work, he worried. If you went to a meeting, he worried. If you spent time with family, he worried. If you stayed home, he worried. There was always something to there was always something. You began noticing that your world was becoming smaller. You stopped talking to certain friends because it caused argument. You stopped attending certain events because it caused problem. You stopped doing things you enjoyed because you were trying to keep peace. But peace never came because insecurity is like a bullet with a hole in it. No matter how much reassurance you poured into it, it never stays full. One afternoon, a friend looked at you and said, something that stays with you. You spend more time proving your loyalty than enjoying your relationship. That sentence followed you home. You thought about it for days, and for the first time, you realized something painful. Love should not feel like a full time defense job. Love should feel safe. Love should feel calm. Love should allow you to breathe. The final argument was not even about something serious, it was about it was another accusation, another misunderstanding, another demand for explanation. You sat there listening while he questioned your character again. You saw, and suddenly something inside you became quiet, not angry, not emotional, just tired, deeply tired. You realized that no matter what you did, it would never be enough. You could you could hand him your phone, you could share your location, you could explain every minute of your day, and tomorrow there will still be another accusation, another suspicious, another problem, because the issue was never your behavior, the issue was his fear. And the fear continued, and the fear could not be fixed by controlling another person. That day you wake up you walked away, not because you stopped loving him, but because you finally started loving yourself too. For the first time in a long time, you choose peace. Months later, he finally understood what happened. He thought your patience would never run out. He thought your love would always survive his distrust. He thought you would always be another there would always be another chance. But by the time he realized what he had lost, you were already building your life. The woman he was afraid of losing became the woman he actually lost. Not because she betrayed him, not because she cheated, not because she found someone else, but because he spent so much time gathering guarding the relationship than saving it. He spent so much time looking for problems that he became the problem. And that is the lesson. When insecurity takes control, it turns love into pressure, it turns trust into sovereignty, it turns connections into exhaustions. A relationship cannot survive where trust does not live, because the person who constantly fears losing someone often creates the very situation they fear the most. In the end, his insecurity about you did not protect the relationship, it destroyed it. And the saddest part is that the person he was trying so hard to keep was never planning to leave until he gave him a no chance to stay.